Alright, currently my van is down by the river and I have become a walking stereotype. So I want to explore that idea of van life and that being kind of like a dirty sort of way of living. Now the vagabond lifestyle is known to feature a lot of like drugs and kind of hippie-like activity. I mean, and rightfully so. A lot of the travelers in their vans are kind of seen as the 60s anti-government establishment people. However, there's a lot of people who have made the off-grid kind of lifestyle into a career. Some people with very successful careers that are reaching over into the six figures. And I think that kind of goes to show how this sort of lifestyle is much more bigger than a lot of people think. The idea of being carefree and living off the grid and going where you please, it has a really nice and appealing ring to it. But like anything else, if you want it to work, you have to work at it. So living in your van is like any other sort of thing. You have stereotypes about careers and hobbies and whatnot, and you just have to not let those stereotypes kind of get to you. But it is funny, like with that SNL skit, living in your van down by the river, which is one of the most famous SNL skits all the time, it kind of shows that stereotype as if you're just somebody that's kind of washed up and hasn't really done a whole lot in life. You're just trying to be lazy in your van. When in reality, to get to this point and to be able to do this kind of stuff, it's not all that easy. I hear a lot of people that say they would love to, you know, live that sort of lifestyle. When in reality, when it comes down to it, if you really, really want to do it, you know, you will, or if you want it badly enough. But some people are concerned with the stereotypes and, you know, what family members and friends might think of them, you know, currently living in their van. I've had a lot of weird looks and people sort of like giving me the stink eye. I had some friends that, you know, make fun of me and all that stuff. You know, you just got to be able to take a jab. When in reality, it doesn't really matter who we are. We all have things that's, you know, worth making fun about ourselves, even if that thing would be living in your car, which is probably a decent thing to make fun of. But when you embrace more of who you're supposed to be and the things that you like and the things that you're interested in, and then really kind of kick it to the curb and say like, hey, I don't really care what other people think of me. The fact that I like to walk around carrying a camera in public places and live out of my car and just go, you know, from place to place, that could be seen as a very weird thing, and that's okay. However, it's a much happier life when I settle into that, odd aspect of myself. I mean, something else that a lot of people also find to be a funny subject is religion, and I don't really find it to be a funny subject because religion and my faith is very personal to me. I'm a Christian, and people could also, you know, take that and say that's worth making fun of, and you know, you kind of just have to take it and say, sure, I guess it is, if you think that way, but I am going to choose not to be offended by it. You know, some of your closest friends may be the people that make fun of you the most, and oftentimes that's just because, you know, you're a close friend, and it's okay to pick on somebody, you know, and maybe toughen up their skin a bit. But I think for anything, we all need encouragement to go after it despite what people think. And in the long run, I think you'll be happier as well. Although happiness isn't the, you know, biggest thing in life. All right, well, I think that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in today's vlog. And this is David Irwin, who is currently living in his van down by the river. Catch you next time.
What the hell was that thing all about? Oh,
I am 35 years old. I am divorced. And I live in a van down by the river.